I want to tell you about a client of mine, high performer. His work was going well. From the outside, he was put together. But behind closed doors, he was losing his temper with his kids. He was missing moments that he wasn't able to get back because he was an undisciplined man in some areas. He was using booze to fill the silence. He wasn't a bad man, but the discipline was ruining him, right? And he was completely winging it in the areas that mattered spiritually, relationally, and I'd say in his vision for who he was actually becoming. And here's what nobody was actually saying to him: the mess he was trying to hide, it wasn't his baggage, it was his breakthrough waiting to happen. This was somebody that had gone through, he would say, hundreds of hours of therapy. And I want to dig into this with you today because there's a version of divorced dad that he looks completely fine. And dads are really good at being able to say, hey, I'm good. I'm fine. He goes to work, he pays the bills, he shows up for the kids on schedule, right? He's at the games, but internally, he's reacting instead of creating. And he's making decisions from emptiness instead of vision. And a spiritual drift is the root nobody is really talking about. Everything is spiritual. When a man loses his spiritual footing, his decision making follows. Neuroscience puts it like this: research on self regulation shows that men without a defined value system make decisions reactively, driven by impulse and emotion rather than intention. The brain defaults to short term relief when there's no long term vision anchoring it. So these temptations, they're not random. They rush in exactly where the structure is missing. Women, booze, distractions, right? They're not the problem. They're just the symptom. The problem is a man who hasn't defined his enemies yet. And I want to give you a little bit of a picture here today. While you're in your car, maybe you're running, jogging, whatever you're doing. But I want you to get this weight belt idea, a weight belt. Many of you know what a weight belt is, all right? You guys are tough guys. Picture a man trying to swim across a lake, right? He's a strong swimmer, athletic, disciplined, capable, right? But he's wearing a weight belt he doesn't know is there. He keeps swimming, he keeps grinding, and he wonders why he's exhausted. I don't know if you've ever swam. There were seasons in my life where I was doing a lot of swimming, and swimming alone is hard, let alone putting weights while you swim. You know, maybe Michael Phelps, but we're talking about guys, dads like you and I. And he's wondering while he's swimming and he has this weight, he's wondering why he keeps going under when he's doing everything right. Everything he knows to do, he's doing it right. And the weights aren't random. They have names. They have names: shame, pride, isolation, unconfessed patterns. I'm going to tell you something here. Listen carefully. Transparency removes the weight belt, not all at once, but one weight at a time. And the moment that my client got this weight belt off was when he got honest about his mess. He didn't sink faster. He started swimming like he was capable of. Those of you guys, you've listened, you're here. I want to give you something right now intentional. Drop a subscription, drop a sub, drop a follow on this podcast right now. Leave a comment, leave a question right now. Just do it. A couple clicks, boom, boom. Why? You are helping other dads find this podcast. I'm going to tell you, thank you in advance because you're doing it. And this podcast is growing and doubling again. And that's what this is for. It's for transforming a million dads through systems, framework, all of these things. So I want to say thank you in advance. Sub, follow, share. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I'm going to give you a tool now. We're going to go through this quickly today. I know you have time, you're busy, you have all kinds of things running in your head. Here's a tool. First thing you got to do is define your enemy, right? 4 steps that change everything for my client. You got to name the enemy. So the first step is name what's actually winning against you. Not the symptoms, the actual enemies. So for this guy that I'm talking about, we clearly defined that when bad decisions were happening in his life, they were caused by women and they were caused by booze, alcohol. Anytime those things were those were the two enemies that were constantly coming at this man. And most men, they keep their enemies vague, excuse me, because naming them makes them real. But you cannot defeat what you refuse to identify. So I want you to ask yourself right now, what keeps winning against you when you're tired, you're lonely, and you're triggered? And I want you to write it down. Say it out loud. Name the enemy. I tell you guys, I'm adamant about this because you can't outthink what we're talking about. It's getting it out of your head, getting it onto paper, getting it onto a digital document, whatever it is. Get it out. Name it. See it. Look at it. Because now we can attack it. Number 2, build your daily battle map. You've got to know where you're going daily. If you can't plan your day, you can't plan your life, because your life is lived in a day. A written list, not in your head. Think about it like this. Where will you be attacked today? Very simple steps that I walk through with my clients. Where will you be attacked? When we know the ones that come the most, then we know where. What will it sound like when it comes, right? It's not feelings. We're not, oh, I wonder how this happened. It's happening so consistently that you have yet to identify the consistency. When does it happen? Is it a certain time of day? Is it a certain thing that happens? Is it when you're with a certain person? Is it when you're at a certain place? Name it, identify it. What does the temptation actually say to you? There were times, even for myself, where I'd be driving and I could hear it of a temptation of maybe it was an alcohol thing or it was, a weed gummy thing. And it'd be like, hey, just go get it. You deserve it. Take a break, man. Just you're due for a break. Just relax. You've got to name it clearly, right? You deserve this just this once. Nobody will know. When you've heard the voice before, it loses power. Anticipation is the armor. Guys, I want you playing offense, not defense. No more reacting. The third thing that I want you to look at and think about is load your weapon before the battle starts, right? Have this gun ready, loaded, locked, ready. Vision statement. What does it look like to be locked and loaded? A vision statement. Who you're becoming and why. Guys, I can't say this enough, and I want to keep saying it, because your vision is what you see yourself becoming. And the clearer it is, that is your loaded weapon. Why does that vision matter? Why does it matter to you to have the income, the revenue, the time, the schedule, the peace for your kids, for yourself? What would that mean to you? Affirmations grounded in truth, not fantasy. Guys, we use our mouth because it's the architect of our future. What you say are seeds. And what you're saying is a very clear indicator of what is growing in your life. What are you talking about in your work? What are you talking about at your home? What are you talking about regarding your ex, the courts? Those words are replicating, and they will bear fruit in a negative way or positive way. Moments in the day to stop and remember: a prayer, a photo of your kids, a word. Guys, I set alarms throughout the day. Time to pray, time to think about, time to pray for you guys, time to pray for my children, time to think and reflect. What are the words that I need to be speaking right now in the day to consistently be doing this? Scripture says in Joshua to meditate on the word day and night. Do according to all that is in it. Then you will have great success. Then you will prosper. The weapon isn't the willpower guy. It's the intentional remembering. It's the consistency of these things that you're doing. My client stopped reacting. He started creating the moment he knew his why before the attack came. This why, this vision, this understanding. What is this going to mean to you and for you? Here's step 4. And this one is the one that puts it all together. Because guys, this isn't something you probably haven't heard before. You've probably heard this before. But number 4 is this: you got to get accountable to one, at least one person. If you're not in our school group, get in our school group and just start dropping the things you need to get accountable in. I've got guys now in our Climb, our private community. And you know what was so powerful the other night in our Climb community was guys were just connecting right there. Hey, I need help with this. Hey, can you keep me accountable? A guy that's going through the fire with another guy, I'm telling you right now, they're going to get through it faster. And I want to challenge you on that. When you get accountable, accountability is not an app, it's not a journal alone. It's one person who knows your enemies by name. It's who you can call when the attack comes. I have clients that call me, hey, I'm having a tough day. This happened or this happened. Great. What are we doing for this? What are you saying? What are you speaking? What are you focused on? What are you looking at? Right? What is the system for this? And transparency, like I said before, it brings clarity every single time. My pool the other day was full of mold and it was going green. It was not clear. I was overrun. I was not happy about it. However, we put the right things in the pool. We bombed it. We scrubbed it. We vacuumed it. We cleaned it. I had somebody help me with it. It's crystal clear. And guess what? I can see the bottom. I can see everything. It's perfect. Your life is the same way. Get accountable to it. Scrub it down. Have somebody there with you. Review it. Look at it. Your life, when it's crystal clear like that, the transparency, the clarity, the understanding of knowing what you need to do, that is the peace that you're looking for. You can't do it alone, and you're not meant to do it alone. So I'll pause here for a second. I'll slow this thing down before we close this out. So just listen carefully, listen closely. This is for you. After we worked together, after my client and I, we worked together, he had some major shifts. And what did it look like practically? Number one was he built his schedule. He defined his enemies, and he created a daily map. I don't need a 5-year, 10-year map. I need days that we win. Because I'll tell you what, you and I both know that it feels like most days we're not. Another thing that he did that was really well is he failed. He was not perfect. Those enemies overran him from time to time, but he got back up. He failed again. He got back up again. He was humble in the process. He was open in the process. And he constantly was looking. We were able to track progress so we could say, you know what? I am getting better. I am not making the decisions like I used to make. I'm not hanging out with the people that I used to hang out with. I am progressing. Progress brings happiness. And this is what was going on for him. He was humble. He was committed. Recently, he said something to me and it stood out. And I want to put this seed into you because it's there for you. It's there for you. He said, I haven't stopped thinking about this. He said, Anthony, I've become the man I always knew I was. Man, it wasn't the man he wished he was. It wasn't the man that he was pretending to be. It was the man he always knew he was. And that is what's on the other side of transparency. That's what's on the other side of accountability. The scripture says it like this: my grace is sufficient, 2 Corinthians 12:9. My power is made perfect in your weakness. And I tell you what, guys, if there's both hands are up. Both. I felt weak and a lot of times in a lot of days. In your weakness, he is your strength. My client, I don't think he didn't break through this because he got stronger. He broke through it because he finally admitted where he was weak. We found the blind spots. We defined the enemies. We created schedules and roadmaps and strategies for that. He was aware to it, but he wasn't doing the things he needed to do. Everything you're not, listen to this. This is something that's helped me for years. Everything you're not is making everything that you are. Your flaws are not your ceiling. They're your foundation. If you're willing to build on them honestly. Look, drifters hide their weaknesses because they think exposure means defeat, right? Builders name their enemies because they know transparency is the first weapon. You're not too far gone. You're not too broken. You're not too much of a mess. You are exactly the raw material that a rebuilt man is made from. The question is not whether you have what it takes. The question is whether you're willing to stop carrying it alone, because everything you're not is making everything that you are. I want you to start there. That's the goal. So if this episode hits you, man, drop a sub, drop a follow. It's going to help at least a dad. It's going to send them hope, light, help. If there's a comment, you have a question about this episode, hit it. I answer them all. I'm with you and I'm for you. This is the things that we're doing. The school group, you need a free community, get in there. The Climb, our private community, get in there. You will accelerate your growth faster than anything else. And I'm in there with you, walking you down this road into the man that you always have been, to uncover that man. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. God bless you.